But anyways, last topic, people. Um, this one is more so to the women, and we can just kind of, piggyback on it. Would you rather have a man that you build up with, or would you rather get the man that already have it? I'm gonna start with Fakila because you've been bored for like 10 minutes.
No, I just been listening. Um, I don't necessarily believe that he has to have all of his shit together when I meet him, but I do think that he needs to be ambitious on what he wants to do in the future, and he's currently working on it right now. Now, you have, I think it's a difference from a man or a woman who has a long list of things that they want to do, and every day they're not doing anything. See, to me, I think that speaks more volumes as to what he has right now, versus what he may have in the future. If you have someone who wants to be, for example, wants to be a businessman or wants to be a movie director, and they're sitting at home not working on projects, not recording their own videos, not doing anything to work towards that every day, then that's not someone who doesn't have it right now. I mean, he doesn't have it right now as well, but he's also not working on it either. It's a lot of free stuff that you can do to work towards your dreams if that's what you're really interested in and that's what you want to do in the future. So, I mean, maybe you're going to be working a job you don't necessarily want to work. Maybe you're going to be doing something that you don't necessarily, you're not making the money that you want to make. But what are you working on right now to get you to the next level? So, not necessarily, he doesn't have to have it all. You should be a responsible adult. I think you should be able to finance your own lifestyle. I shouldn't have to like jump in and take care of you as a child, but maybe you're working on where you want to be in 5 years. Not necessarily there, but you're working on it, as opposed to you depending on everyone else to take care of you at your age.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would agree with that. Um, I think there's definitely a little more grace. I mean, for like younger people who are still trying to figure it out, or like they haven't had the time to build like they would want to. And then on the other hand, if you're a little bit older, it's like, okay, you may not be exactly where you want to, but maybe you're starting over. Maybe you're starting a new career. Maybe you've been working in that career and you're now like moving away from the corporate world and moving more into your passions. All of that stuff does take account, like come into account for that. um and I do agree that if it's more what you are building towards, more about your ambitions than it is what you have now. Yes, I think it is easier and like nice if you go into a relationship where that person already has that established. But I don't think there's anything wrong with building, especially if y'all are building together. If you guys have the same interests and you're working towards the same things and you're building it together, I think it's a beautiful thing. So I'll stop there for now.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and fellas, we're gonna get our take on it too. But I'm gonna intervene. First and foremost, y'all ain't no fun. See, this is why I needed Mina for this topic because she would have said that bullshit so I can cook her. But you see, these two, they actually good people. I need to see because I'm
The
pretty.
good people.
Mina would have said that bullshit. I would have been, oh hey, but she ain't here today. But um, real quick, as far as my opinion, I mean, I pretty much agree with you guys that the guy don't necessarily have to have it, you know, already. Because there's a lot of women that believe it, but this is what I tell them is that I think the likelihood of the guy actually leaving you is significantly higher if he already has it versus you come up with it. Now I know a lot of women feel like it's gonna hurt much worse if you build him up all the way with him and he leaves you once he gets to that level. But I just think the likelihood of that happening is much lower if you build up with them.
I don't know about that. I've heard a lot of stories about someone playing Jane the Builder, and then as soon
Name
as he
three.
got something,
Name three.
then he'll go over. I think there's two things that happen though, because they say women, unfortunately, it's looked at as like women, their best years are their younger years, and then they get older, they kind of go down in value, you know? And then for
I'm not
men, they're young, and as they get older, they kind of like red wine, they mature into a bigger prize to be looked at. So when that switches, if you are building with that man, yeah, there is a possibility that once you get there, you've been in the weeds. Y'all been through so much. You've argued, you did all that. It's like, it's a lot of work to get to that place. And then you get there and it's like, well, that one's fun and she just want to have a good time and she's got all this energy. And it's like this other person been building and laying bricks and digging trenches. They tired. Like and now the person who comes in and says, "Oh, this house is so beautiful. Great job. Oh, you built this? Oh, it's so wonderful. I want to like, and it's like they just kind of come in there. So I think it's disrespectful as hell, but I do think it happens unfortunately more than it should. I agree with you, Jamie, that it should be that way. If y'all build together, y'all should have a loyalty together. You guys should have each other's backs for life because you went through it together. But
Mhm.
unfortunately, that doesn't always seem to be
So
the
all
case.
I'm saying is the likelihood of that is significantly lower. Obviously, it don't matter what you do in life; everything is a chance. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But you what you have to do is put yourself in the better position. Like the odds of this happening is significantly, lower than this one. So it's like you playing the lottery. I'm an NBA fan, so I'm gonna use the lottery, right? When they use the lottery balls, no balls, no people use the lottery balls. What I'm saying is the weaker teams have way more, in the batch than the better teams. So they may have, let's say it's 100 in total. The weaker team may have 40 in there, and like let's say the next weakest team may have 10, the next may have 5, and the next may have 1. So you understand that the odds of you pulling out one of those 40s is significantly higher. So it doesn't guarantee you, but it puts you in a better position. And all I'm saying is men don't particularly leave women. Most of the time when a relationship ends and a marriage, for sure a marriage ends, the woman is the one that files for divorce. The man, now I'm not saying that the man won't, once he come up, he might end up cheating on you or something. That may happen.
Oh, you
But
gonna?
hey, the nigga who already had will cheat on you too. So that's gonna happen regardless. So what I'm saying is the likelihood of him, see the dude who already got it like that, who you went with him when he was shooting in the gym, he gonna look at it like, B, I can replace you like that. I ain't worried about you. But the one that was there with you the whole time, like, man, nah, that's my baby. Like, we did all this and that together. We ain't, you know what I'm saying? I can't do her like that. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. T.I. T.I. still with Tiny, and all that stuff that they used to say about him, like why you still with her, she ugly, and all that stuff they used to say. But what T.I. doing? He's still with the same woman.
Ugly girl, yeah.
So I mean, somebody else can get it. Hater, you want to go?
Yeah, I agree with y'all two ladies, man. Y'all killed that thing. I'm surprised y'all said it too. I thought y'all was gonna say
That's
something
what
else
I
too.
said. That's what I said.
Oh, you gotta be at the finish line, like and I 100% agree with y'all and everything. Like, and Cheryl, you are correct too. Like, if somebody's not in the if if you build with somebody, they still might mess around and cheat. I work in country clubs and I see that. I see that all the time. And it's in the same class. I see it in the same class. They're both rich as hell. You know what I mean? But I think it's more like, oh, this person's with me. I know if my money goes away, she still stays here. But like when you meet somebody at the end, in the back of their head, all these basketball players, all the school players, in the back of their head, they know, man, if this money goes away, they gonna go away. Like, but if somebody at the gym with you, especially they got a homie like me, I'd be like, bro, what's going on, bro? Why you cheating on Jasmine? What are you doing, bro? Like, she's with you. Like, my whole thing, I'm not gonna tell you to not cheat or not do anything bad, whatever, because that's your life. But I'd be like, you making it so obvious that if I'm finding about it, you wilding out too much, bro. There's gonna be people like me that's talking to their head like, wait, she been with you since the trenches. But if you somebody at the end of the finish line and she's like a quote unquote gold digger, I'd be like, all right, cool. I'd be minding my own business. I ain't gonna tell him what to do. I'd be like, all right, because we all know why she's there. We know why she's in the boat. We all know why she entertaining you. So I'm like, do you do what you want to do? That's none of my business. But if I know she was there, she loved you for who you are, not what you have or what you can provide for her. Me as a good friend would be like, hey, bro, you tripping? She been with you when you had no nothing. So you over here wilding out. But it's not gonna stop somebody from cheating or anything like that or from doing anything there. But I tell people this all the time. When you invest in somebody, that's why the little white girls be winning. They be investing in this dude terrible jump shot, his terrible business idea. But I know they can afford to be patient and him to lose and be like, oh fuck, he fucked up his ACL. He ain't gonna know NBA. He can afford that. But I'm telling y'all, man, because I'm married, right? And my wife is with me when thinking a comedy career is gonna come out of it, TV coming. She's not with me for that. She with me because of me. If I make it big, if something happen, guess what? If she say, hey, I want 50-50, nigga, you can have 70, 75, because you with me when I had nothing. So I'm not even gonna even fight her. I'm like, well, you can take the money, the house, and the kids too. Now I ain't gonna get on them hoes, but but all jokes aside, but like he feels different when somebody there with like Jamie. If one of his shows that he put me in and blow up, well, I don't know. It's same thing go for me. I'm be like, hey Jamie, bro, you go 100,000 just cause, because I know him, me and him doing these movies, these sketches. We've been doing it for years. So I'm not gonna just turn on him because I'm good now. I'm not gonna fuck with you no more. But no, nigga, you've been with me since the beginning. Here you go. Even though my stuff is working out, your stuff's not working out, and we're not working out together, but nigga, I'm gonna bless you a little bit. I feel like that's kind of like marriage or relationship. People feel like, hey, this person been with me because you have that thing called conscience in your head. Like, man, damn, I was in the car with this lady. I was she put gas in my tank, make sure my stomach is full, and she gambled. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to take somebody serious that's waiting for you in the finish line. It's very hard. I've been looking at these, professionals and millionaires like, are you stupid or something? Like Jeff Bezos, he's smart as hell. I'm thinking to myself, wow, you married this lady that been married 5 times. You know she only about the bread. She ain't married nobody broke. But people gonna do what they want to do. So.
Mhm.
All right, Taj, what's your take on it?
If everything is equal, and let's say I'm advising a female relative, actually I want to honor one of my female relatives who's no longer with us, and I never forget this conversation almost 15 plus years ago. She was getting my tape, was talking relationships like we doing now. She said, cousin, so what do we do after we help them get on their feet and then they leave us? And bro, I was speechless then, and I'm speechless now. So my answer to your question is, if everything is equal and all that the one dude got over the other dude is money, I would want any of my female relatives to rock with a dude who's in a better position to take care of my niece, cousin, auntie, sister, whoever. Or a chick I just want the best for. That's it.
Say that again. I'm not understanding that. What were you saying again?
So, all right, I had a cousin who she asked me, and she was like, so cousin, what do you advise us to do when we help a guy get on his feet? Well, like the question asks, we build together, and then when he get on his feet, the guy leaves the chick. I had an actual cousin that asked me how should they handle that? And I was speechless then, and I'm speechless now. So my answer to Jamie's question is, I would want specifically a female relative. I got nieces, I got sisters, I got auntie, just like all of us, we got female relatives. I would want them to choose the guy. The main point I'm making is, let's say everything is equal about the 2 guys, except one guy is better off, well off. That's the question, right, Jamie? I would want the female relative to choose the guy who's in a better condition.
No, I didn't necessarily say putting it in a position like, oh, you can have him or him, because I think almost unanimously all the women are going to say the man with the money. But what I'm saying is, do you think it's better to build with the guy, you know what I'm saying, as far as like love? Do you think you'll have a better relationship with some, or a better chance of making it also with? Because look at how many dudes that end up, and even from a dude's perspective, that end up, they already rich, they find a girl that they like, they marry them, and then they end up getting divorced. That's just
A
happening
lot.
like crazy in today. But what's not happening too often is dudes who were, that was my high school sweetheart. We came up together. Now I'm rich. They typically stay together. Not saying it never, they never divorce like the dude, because we have a few times that has happened. Like Kevin Hart did it. I think Steve Harvey
Jeff
did it.
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. Like, the list go on. So all I'm
But
saying, I went
what
and
I'm
want no
saying
chick who I
is
want the
that
best for.
But the women, no, the women left them. The women left them. They left them.
All right.
Did
Either
they?
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff
Either way,
Bezos'
that
wife
go
left
either
him.
way.
Jeff Bezos' wife left
for the
him.
dude, and like I said, 90% of divorce is initiated by women. So more than likely, if you don't have to worry about the breakup. Like you can just be real with yourself, ladies. In the chat, y'all can tune in too, especially if you're attractive. Don't lie. If you ain't attractive, don't you say shit. But let's be real though. Let's be real. Think about this. Most of the time of all your relationships, how many times have you been broken up with? And then think about how many times have you broken up with your guy. I can guarantee you most of the girls will agree that I broke up most of the time, because that's typically what happens. Dudes don't really break up with girls like that. Even if they ain't happy some of the times, they'll just hang in there until she break up.
we don't like to fail.
Typically, you know what I'm saying? But so like I said, that ain't nothing that I think they really have to worry about too much. Like obviously, like I said, you always playing the numbers, like it don't guarantee it, but you put yourself in a better position. And also, I'm gonna say this, for the dudes that do end up coming up and breaking up with their girl, I'm gonna say this. He probably was dealing with a whole bunch of bullshit while he was broke with her, and he finally came up and said, I ain't got to put
I don't
up
have
with
to do this anymore.
That's probably what happened, bro.
Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't want to put my business out there because I really gotta go. But it'd be like this. I know so many dudes that are successful, right? They be, cheating. But the thing is what they say. I'm never leaving my wife, my boy. I'm like, why are you cheating? He said, I'm never leaving my wife. I'm like, I be looking at him like, where? Why you? He said, I'm never leaving her. She was with me since the beginning. I'm not gonna ever leave. She's these bitches are
But
hard.
if right, maybe he's never gonna leave her as the physical act of leaving her, but he is creating the conditions for her to leave him. If he's gonna be
Yeah,
cheating on her during a relationship, that is him leaving her when he's creating
yeah.
an environment that
I
he's
try to tell them.
messing up their marriage. So, Jamie, when you say that women file for divorce, I completely agree for that. I could completely agree with that. But that's after the men have created the environment that I'm going to file for divorce. Like I have a client right now that dad, she was a stay-at-home mom for 15 years. Now all of a sudden, dad has removed all the money out of the accounts. He's not paying the bills. He's not helping her financially. She has to beg for money for the food, and she's initiating a divorce proceeding. So a lot of times women file for divorce first because men are creating the environment that requires them to file for divorce.
There you
That
go.
nigga a monster though. No, he's a monster. That dude a monster.
I'm happy you
Stay
said that.
out there.
Obviously, hey, we ain't finna do that. So let me ask you this. So I agree that it's niggas out there like that, but like what I'm saying is that's a small percentage of dudes. But
No,
let
it's
me ask
not.
you this. How
I
many
don't think
times
that's statistically proven, actually.
that's a small percentage
A
of dudes.
lot of
Hey,
men
I love
create
a
the
balanced
environment
conversation. Yeah.
that
But what I'm
makes
saying
women go
is,
file for
let me ask you
divorce.
this. Let me ask you this. How many times have you had a case where the women wants a divorce and they answer is, oh, I wasn't happy no more.
Yeah.
You saying that because a couple of those videos have been going viral lately. That is
No, they
not,
do that a lot.
no, that is
They do that
not.
a lot. They do that a lot.
And
So they're
We
waiting
ran
to
out
and
of
most of that is
love.
white
We
women. That
disconnected.
no,
No, it ain't
They
no
people
white.
too. They people too.
No,
They
it ain't.
people too.
but that's not what we're talking about today. This
I want to be
is
out on the streets. I want to go
That's
out and
fine.
have
this is the
fun.
black
Nothing
chat.
wrong
Okay, the black.
with
Look,
it.
I will
Hello?
agree with you said though, Jamie. You said the most of the times, not agree, but what you said most of the time, when that does happen, they build together, and then the guy feels like, well, now I got some money, and I ain't putting up with you no more. I also think that both parties typically, again, when you're building and you're working together and you're trying to build something and you're in the weeds, it's difficult. So certain things happen. Also, people are young, people have to grow, people go through things. So there are things on both sides, women and men, where it's like, yeah, they be doing that. But I think once you get to a certain place, if you guys are like you get to that net worth or whatever, you have the house, the lifestyle that you finally looking at, and you turn around right away and be like, I don't like how you were acting while we were building, I feel like you're not doing justice. I think you need to like really take some time, use some of those resources to invest in each other and get to a place. If you guys are mentally still able to continue a relationship now that you don't have the same stresses as before, then that should happen, and it shouldn't be an excuse as to why you no longer want to be in that relationship or want to ditch that person, because it's easy to get somewhere
Real
and just
quick,
turn around and be like,
I agree with you, DeMarcus. Black men don't cheat, exactly. But
black men don't
real
cheat.
quick, y'all can carry on. But hey, I've been holding my piss for like an hour. I'm sorry.
But I'm about to go though. I gotta go,
No, all right.
I
You
was
want
nice
to
talking to
Baby's
y'all.
crying.
before you leave?
Yeah, you heard that? You heard that?